Rotarians. Hey, I'm so excited to be here today with Mike and Susie Keckler of Keckler Medical. And they are well-known Rotarians and international service champions. They've done amazing things in over 63 countries, including their latest project in Zimbabwe and Zambia. They're building hospitals and providing life-saving equipment for NICUs and to ICUs. Started with seed money from Susie's aunt 47 years ago, wow, and grew into a company of 63 employees. In 1989, a large corporation wanted to buy them out. They decided to sell off the medical office portion and keep the hospital, capital equipment sales company, and the biomedical services. Today, Keckler Medical consists of 3 corporations: J.M. Keckler Medical Sales Corp. With a team of 8, and a J.M. Keckler Biomedical Service Corp. With a team of 14, an administrative team of 6. J.M. Keckler Medical Company, Inc., which is the administrative team supporting both the sales and service corporations. Together, these teams sell and service capital equipment in hospitals, surgery centers from the Oregon border south through Bakersfield and into Nevada. Little did Mike and Susie know that COVID-19 would bring a demand they had not seen before in biomedical equipment and service. They have added 4 new people recently to the team. So with all this said, what actually got you started in the medical profession like this?
My family had no emphasis on education whatsoever. It was simply get out of high school, and I graduated from Merced High School at 17 years of age, and I had no idea what to do, but a friend of mine said he was going to join the Navy. So I said, I'll go with you. So at 17, I left home. I never came back. And in the Navy, I was assigned to become a hospital corpsman. One of the worst things in the world for me, I thought. But later in life, as I got out of the Navy, there was a man here in Modesto, Jim Livingston, many of you will know him, was starting a medical respiratory therapy care company. And so from the Navy to Jim Livingston, that's how I met and got started in the medical equipment sales here in this area. Some years later, 8 years later, Jim sold his company, and it was not something I wanted to be part of. And I came home and told Susie, I said, we're going to start our own company. And she said, with what? How will we do that? But it worked out. We started Keckler Medical 47 years ago. We started as a doctor office company and selling hospital disposable supplies. And 32 years ago, that we got a phone call from a huge corporation, which is now Cardinal Health, that wanted to buy the company, and we sold off the physician and hospital disposable division. And Susie and I restarted the company 32 years ago with 4 people selling hospital capital equipment. So that's how we got started in the business originally.
And in the early years, the warehouse was our garage. Mm-hmm. And we had plywood shelves that would collapse every once in a while. And then I would do the books at the kitchen table at night. And when the inspector came to our house one day, and was questioning why we had needles and syringes, we had to move out and find a little tiny room to get those out of the house. And that was the beginning of the business growing.
Okay, so now what are the educational requirements to get into this field?
Coming with barely a high school education, writing a business letter is an act of Congress for me. So education, yes, we highly encourage at least a bachelor's degree for the salespeople and for the people working in this company. Our equipment is such high technology that computerized technology and skills is absolutely a must because you're dealing with professionals, you're dealing in the operating room every single day, you're dealing in the ICU every day, and we provide extensive training through our manufacturers and through our own company, but a college degree is required.
Mike and I started with the School of Hard Knocks, And so our continuing education is with Pete Herman, and he's been our salvation in many, many ways. But the military is also a good source for us on the service side. The men that have come through military experiences have been successful service techs. So that's one of the main things we look for.
We just hired a young lady that came from the military, and her training and her work was servicing and operating all of the intelligent weaponry that we have. And when she looks at the hydraulics on our operating room tables compared to the hydraulics that she was working on the airplanes and the firearms, she's right at home. And military training is great training for our service team.
And she's our first female service technician in all these years. So it's the beginning of good things to come.
Can you tell us about something you do in this field that most people outside of the industry would be surprised to know?
We are very proud of the fact that every single hospital in Northern California, Nevada, Santa Barbara, wherever you want to go, every hospital has our equipment in one shape or form. And I think the incredible thing is this small company in Oakdale, California, is a major part of the design of every one of these operating rooms, very, very high-tech operating rooms. We have an operating room at one of the hospitals in Modesto that's probably the highest tech operating room in the United States, all designed locally by architects and physicians, and Keckler Medical being there to advise how to get these operating rooms lined out and working efficiently.
Well, the room Mike is referencing is the hybrid room. And do you want to talk about how that room transitions quickly?
Radiology is a major, major part of any surgery, and we have now developed what is called hybrid rooms, where radiology is in the room as the key part, but if something should need surgery, all of the surgery equipment is on booms that hang out of the ceiling. All of the equipment comes right into the field. The anesthesia machine is there. It can actually do the surgery right in that room without ever moving the patient. So technology is driving this whole industry for less invasive surgeries, and but yet going forward to the TAVR procedures, that type of thing for heart surgery, it really, really makes a difference in your outcomes.
Just one more question. How do you use the four-way test in your business?
Well, that's really a great guide for any business, whether you're in my business or any business, but is it the truth? If you cannot present your integrity of what you're doing in this medical equipment business or any business, you'll never have the success that you do by applying the four-way test. The consultations that we have with our customers gives them the comfort. These rooms are very, very expensive, millions of dollars for these operating rooms. And their confidence has to be there that you're doing what's right with the equipment and after the sale. It's all about what happens after the sale. You can have this beautiful room, but one little thing can go wrong. You need somebody there to take care of it. So Rotary is just simply in our blood. We have traveled the world with Rotary. Rotary has provided probably a couple of $1 million in grants for projects that we do. So whether you're in Africa or whether you're in Modesto, if you are a Rotarian, the integrity is there that you know what you're doing is going to be carried forward, be an ongoing project. So Rotary is everything to us in our business.
Well, one of the items in the four-way test that I think is extremely applicable is it beneficial to all? What is more beneficial to all than good medical care and services?
Absolutely.